welcome to Theology. So we're talking about the God of light. I have goosebumps. It literally feels like I'm talking about myself. So what is light? Light is what shines in darkness, and darkness comprehend its light. Why does light shine in darkness and darkness comprehend not? Because if you can understand that light is what creates awareness, consciousness, you can simply understand that darkness has no ability to create awareness, consciousness. It does not see shit. It is blind. Darkness is blind. So when they say darkness, they literally mean ignorance. This doesn't mean, oh, I do it all. I am also blind. But as blind as I am, I still shy. Okay, let us not say I know everything in all of existence. See, the thing is, even if I know everything, let's say I know everything, right? I can only say one thing at a time, which can be still equated to not knowing everything. Think about it. Because my consciousness only gives me what it needs me to understand at a given period of time. And that on its own is shit. It's just temporary. Anything that is like expressed of love is shit, literally. It wants to express everything within itself. So it created an infinite version of itself to keep this expression. And because it is sustainable, it is complete, it is wholeness, it is oneness, it is everything. I'm just seeing something they wrote on the paper on the wall. Light of God. Why is light and God always grouped together? Let me explain it how I understand it. How I understand it is that, right, love, which is you and I, right, is God. And this love that is God, right, is that light that we speak of. But this light that we speak of is only generated when we are feeling good. Remember the phrases of understanding people have bright day, like feeling people are bright. Some people have very bright days. This guy is looking bright today. You're looking bright today. It's for someone to be called looking bright, the technical normality is that the person is actually feeling good. That is why they are bright. So the brightness, right, increases within us when we feel good. That is why we hear God is good all the time. God is good all the time because the brightness of God can only increase when there is good feeling. So you can imagine hell, right, is a state. that doesn't feel good. And because it doesn't feel good, it has no awareness and no consciousness, and therefore it cannot comprehend. And it is blind. It cannot understand love. Love is the highest level of feeling good. It takes feeling good at all to comprehend love, let alone not feeling good. We are so far from it. In short, you're no longer thing. So yes, God is light, and that light is the radiation of love. The radiation of love is life. The radiation of love is that light that shineth in darkness, and darkness comprehends it. Any light you see that is shining, anyone that is so-called celebrity in the spirit, that their light is shining, the only reason that light can shine is because they are expressing love. They are abiding in love. They are expressing who they are. Love. It takes love to shine. So any shining that is so shining that is attracting anything, understand that what is attracting you is love. Do not get me wrong and say gold is love, because you just said gold shines. So it might appear like that, right? But think about it. Gold is only a reflection. That's what makes it shine. It has to reflect light to shine. Anything that does not reflect light is literally not expressing love. And so it cannot shine. So yes, we need to think about it. Do we want God within us to shine? That light. Light has no opponent. Why does light have no opponent? Because God used itself to create all that can exist. All that can exist. These words of mine feels like repetition to me, honestly speaking. But there is nothing more important than love. And guess what? I learned that most times it has a different part or awareness it brings. Because I noticed that things that so much look like is a repetition. It's not really repeating anything. It's giving a unique side. The reason why I can't say there's a repetition is because even when you want to copy somebody, the energy at which the person is using is not something you can duplicate. So it is not even a duplication, it is more like an innovation, right? Innovation is always bringing about a new change. So if imagine if someone was to steal all the things I'm saying, they would duplicate the words in their own perceived consciousness of existence. It will not have the perception of oneness. Why? Unless they perceive oneness. A word that would have a perception of oneness would have to come from that which perceive oneness. Because if even when you are really so sure that you're perceiving oneness, you can be guilty of not perceiving oneness, especially when you are seeing them, they, forgetting that them is you is them. They are just a reflection. That is why I don't think it's possible to be cut off from anybody completely. Why? Because the truth is we're all connected, right? And that is the nature of existence. Connectivity of existence is not something that we can argue about or dispute. I want to be grateful for Infinite Intelligence in helping me find my surgeon iron for the longest of time. I can't remember when last I bought the surgeon iron, but I know that I bought a couple of, and this one happened to be the one that kind of touched my heart because the rest somehow it got lost because I don't live by myself. And this one almost got lost, right? This is the stand. Don't mind me. So this is the stand that I use so that it doesn't burn anything. As a child, I had soldering that mark everywhere. Like you will see the mark of the soldering on the ground, on the carpet, right? And I didn't like that as a child. But it was those common accidents that happened because tell me, when do you want to place the sojourner that it's not roll over or see the crazy thing about it is I've had instances where I held the sojourner like this and it was on, it was like see, it was plugged in. Sorry, this is like wires of earpiece. I usually have extra wires for sensitive situations. Electrician and wire are two different, always sorry, always together. You can't see an electrician without wire. I'm not saying I'm an electrician professionally, but by heart, I have done electrical work. Okay, professionally, yes, I've done electrical training. But it wasn't just electrical training, it was photovoltaic installation, plumbing, CCTV installation, right, electrical installation, and yeah, pretty much that context. So this goes with the Sojourner. This is the set. Actually, I have a bigger one of this, but I always like to have because I have this kind of tools. I'm always someone that would have like a lab section in my permanent space where I can just go and fix stuff and try and create something crazy. Because most times I have ideas, and for the longest of time, I didn't know that I'll see this shit again, and I'm so happy. Ah, you see me kissing this children, you will not believe it. I am bold enough to kiss this ordinary and to kiss human being. It's not like I'm not interested in kissing human being. I'm just very selfish with my kiss. I love myself so much to spread my energy without meaning, without expanding it. For me, spreading my energy, that meaning would need to increase it. That's why I said without meaning. Now bring us back to our topic again. The light. You see the light, right? Is that energy when you mix with positive people. When you say, oh, I like people that have good vibes, right? They are positive. When they're not performing the vibes, they are positive, right? So thank God for my sojourn and let me keep this away before I continue. Sorry about the breaking transmission. ADHD can be like that. But I had to be grateful for it. I've been looking for it for more than a month now. I can't believe it's more than a month. And it was just the displacement. Ever since I moved from being back in the world to the window side, I've been looking for it. So yes, that light is the energy that literally powers a human body. The light of God, right, is what you and I breathe with. That light of God is what we see with. That light of God is what we generate creativity with. In short, it is existence completely. And that light is God because it increases. It keeps increasing for infinity and beyond. It has no limit to its increase. This is why I only just started growing. And understanding I only just started growing, right? I don't have gym access. I don't have literally that financial support that other people have without seeing the reason to be grateful for, without seeing any meaning in life, right? Some people have no idea what it is to struggle to be online, and yet they don't even see any meaning in existence. It's not like it's their fault. It's not their fault that they don't know what it is to struggle to be online. They were not born in circumstances like that. Can you blame them for how they were born? That's the question. If you cannot blame them for how they were born, you can't also blame those that were not born favorable circumstances either for how they were born. But if you think that you can blame those that were not born in favorable circumstances for how they were born, and you won't blame those that were born in favorable circumstances, right? Sorry, I meant unfavorable circumstances for the first one. And the second one is unfavorable. Imagine a child that is born poor. If you think that child, right, should be blamed for born into that kind of situation, then you also say that those people that never know anything negative, they should be blamed for. They don't know anything struggle, right? Not like they don't know negative. They have negative situationships that would rise that those that were born into challenges were like, is that something? Are you kidding me? Are you saying you are going through something? It's not like they are glorifying the pain, but they don't see what you are going through. that makes you feel somehow, because if they had that which you feel is negative or has any issue at all, they would not even see what you see because they have passed through different situations. Now, just because they have passed through different situations, right, doesn't mean that they are any different. It's just conditions that make crayfish bend. If they pass through exactly what you passed through, they will be like you. That is one thing about characters of humanity. Well, I can't really say they'll be like you because the soul, sorry, the soul also chooses its own paths. It chooses to express in every reality. The soul can choose to be positive or negative. And either ways, right? All is to prove that love is the wisdom of existence. Love is why we exist, because we would rather prefer to choose love. That is why some people are negative naturally, so that they see why they would rather prefer to choose love. Now, this being negative naturally is a whole lot of work. I know you want to say they should not exist instead, or they should be stoned to death or whatever. But instead, they should be given a lot of credit because it takes a lot of energy to come. In short, it takes a lot of momentum to be negative. It takes a lot of, because you are losing. There's nothing inside losing. Like there's nothing more painful than losing. Like it's heavy to lose. Seriously. That is why when you are perceiving the world differently, you don't see yourself losing because you understand that you exist within you. This idea of oh someone is losing doesn't make sense to you anymore because you are more conscious of your oneness with what you exist within. And so you see that there is no loss because everything, right, that goes on in this realm of physicality is recorded and listened to in detail by what you exist in. What you exist in is aware of everything that goes on with us, is aware of our ups and downs, our highs and lows, how we handled the good, how we handled the bad, how we respond literally, what we feel when we respond. So when you respond and you're not feeling anything, you see that you're just, pretending, you are performing acts. And so you cannot deceive what you exist within because of this. So this doesn't mean that I don't make my mistakes at all. And I my whole being is an accumulation of mistakes. Mistakes that I cannot avoid. I still have mistakes in the future that I will still make. Not because I'm looking forward to making mistakes, because I'm aware that no matter how much I prevent myself from making mistakes, I do not control my existence. I not create myself. And so there are mistakes that I must make to learn lessons that would only be learned by making those mistakes. And those are called necessary preconditions of life. Life, right? Conditions that make you learn certain things. It can be losing a loved one. It can be falling in love. It can be having a child, it can be meeting someone new, it can be any circumstances. It can even be losing a pet. It can even be the list goes on and on and on, right? And so I'm grateful every day of my life to be able to come out here and do what? Speak my truth. My truth is my voice. It is my essence. It is me in words, in flesh, literally. So thank you, Creative Intelligence, for this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful season. Because I believe I've entered a season of infinite growth. Not just because I'm growing infinitely, but because the energy of the light that keeps shining within me is infinite. The increase is as infinite as existence itself. And it's sweet. Mwah. It is the love of God we call the light of God. So thank you. I hope I was able to shed consciousness or awareness of the light of God, which can only be derived in genuine positivity of feeling good. So if you could feel good today just try to smile. You wonder, how will I smile? What is worth smiling for? But the very truth is, if you were not existing, there would be nothing to even disturb you. There will be nothing to make you feel uncomfortable or make you happy or sad or anything. In short, nothing would exist if you do not exist. And because you exist, it means that you are the intention of what you exist within to express its genuine rawness in your authentic raw self from God within you, right? And that's why I keep coming out to say feel good. Because it's only from that place of feeling good, genuinely, can you draw out that authentic rawness of that God within you. And that is why the light is what shineth in darkness, and darkness comprehend not. By the time you start feeling good, every lack of understanding you do not have within yourself would disappear because you start understanding yourself much more better. There's nothing about yourself that would feel mysterious to you. It doesn't mean that you would have all the understanding all at once. How many things do you want to understand at once? You will have the necessary understanding as long as your heart desires. That's why they said, seek and you shall find. It is what your heart desires that will draw forth this understanding. Sorry, it's night, it's late here, and I should be sleeping. Right. I've been trying to create my crafts throughout today. And it's looking nice. It just has a bit of, yeah, it feels cool and it looks cool. I'm proud that I've gone that far with it. Tomorrow I can just do some touch up to it, literally. And yeah, I keep increasing in height too. I love that. Though my height increase is really steady on trying to balance my body across my head. Right, my body has a way of balancing itself. Right, but yeah, I'm very grateful for every increase. I'm grateful for every breathing I can experience. No, if you're not grateful for breathing, you should try it. Like, so try not breathing, right? Maybe it will help. But yes, I'm always grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be worthy of existence, literally. So thank you very much.